I know.
What did we just
Everest.
forget? What is wrong?
We literally have
What
the
is
same
wrong with us?
dot at the exact
What
same time.
is wrong with us? I'm so upset with
so take
myself.
out Festival of the Lion King and change it.
Welcome back to I2I, the place where we talk about anything and everything Disney. My name is Kyle.
And my name is Jessica. And before we get started, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
And if you enjoy this type of content, we ask you to support it by joining the Power Line, which is our channel membership program. You can find links for that in the description, but also up above in the video right now. This series is called Disney Through Our Eyes. It's our regular podcast, video and audio, where we get together, just talk about what's on our mind in the world of Disney and things.
And things.
And debate. And
Kyle's favorite thing is debating, so there will always be debating.
It's not that I love debating, I just love conversation. And sometimes conversation requires debating, and sometimes
it doesn't.
Yes, it does
See?
a little bit.
You're debating whether or not you should debate things.
All right, well, why don't you give us a preview about what your topic might be this week?
Well, I'm continuing my series within the series.
Series within the series within the series? Is it going to get to that point?
Series within the series, which is rides that are worth an hour wait.
And I'm going to talk about a brand new Disney hotel that's going to be opening up very, very soon.
Mm.
So a lot of you have heard about the Galactic Star Cruiser that's going to be opening up in 2022.
Now, pause. I'm going to go ahead and ask the dumb question that we're all thinking, because if not everybody's a Star Wars fan, this is the Star Wars hotel, right?
Yes.
Like
Star Wars
Galactic
Star Cruiser.
Okay, got
It's
it.
not really I don't know of another like space-themed major property that Disney owns. I mean, I guess you could say Buzz Lightyear. Kind of.
I wouldn't want to stay in Buzz Lightyear Hotel. That sounds kind of boring.
No, listen, Star Command, you could stay there and be a space ranger.
I mean, that would be cool, but also...
You're not a space ranger. You are a toy. I'm sorry. Had to come out.
We just derailed everything.
Sorry, it just had to be said. Continue what you were saying.
Anyway, no. I was just interrupting to make sure that I understood this is Star Wars.
Yes, so this is Star Wars,
Okay.
the Galactic Star Cruiser. Remember, you're going to be able to stay for like, I think it's 2 nights. 2 nights, so you arrive one day, you have a full day, and then you leave that third day. And it's going to be expensive.
How much is expensive?
I can't remember the rumored price of it, but you and I remember when they announced it, you and I looked at it, and we were kind of like, we could do it, but...
Should I Google real quick what the rumored
No, that's
price
not what we're
is?
going to talk about today on that. That's not the important prices. We're going to talk about reasons to go, and more specifically, the itinerary or a sample itinerary that they put out on Disney's website, specifically the Galactic Star Cruiser website, that you can look up and see what your day might entail on there. Because remember, the idea behind this hotel experience is that it's supposed to be all-encompassing, and it's like a story-driven thing. That's what Disney's all about, is creating the story. So before we get into the itinerary, forget price too.
Right.
That concept, the theme, does it interest you enough to at least investigate by us doing it at some point?
Yes, but I'm concerned.
What are your concerns?
Well, I mean, like, am I gonna get attacked by, like, A, a droid, or B, Darth Vader, or Kylo Ren, or, like, all the villains? What are those stormtroopers? Are they gonna be there? Am I gonna be friends with Jar Jar Binks, or R2-D2, or C-3PO?
I don't think you have to worry about Jar Jar Binks.
Okay, that's fair. What about Rey? What about, like, I don't understand. What am I doing? This is too much!
Also, all right, I've got the itinerary pulled up. We'll look at it in just a second. But remember, was it Galaxy's Edge? Batuu, the land of Batuu, is built within the sequel era, the sequel series era. So it's episodes 7, 8, and 9. It technically actually falls between 8 and 9.
So definitely no Jar Jar Binks.
Well, we never truly saw Jar Jar die, so Misa could show up anywhere.
Oh, sheesh.
I'm just
That's
saying.
Annoying.
You could show up anywhere, and I would not put it past like a rogue Imagineer to like throw him in somewhere.
That's fair. Okay, all right. So hit me. I'm not opposed to this idea. I am just concerned. I'm not all about the immersive experiences. That kind of overwhelms me a little bit.
Why though? That's like you're getting your bang for your buck. It's not just, oh, you're at a hotel. There's all the Star Wars stuff. Have a good day.
That's what I like. That's why I like All Stars.
All Star Sports, music. We haven't stayed at movies, have we? I've been.
Yes.
No, we haven't. I've been to movies, though, when I did, like, just investigative reporting, checking it out and taking photographs. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like it the best out of all the
I'm just saying, that's my kind of thing. Like, it's themed, but it's not.
All right. We've derailed there again.
All right.
Let's focus here. Itinerary.
So at 1 o'clock, I arrive. I saw that.
Yes. All right. So we're not going to go through the whole thing. You can find this listed online. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description so you can go look it up yourself. But you arrive at 1 p.m., so it's not like a tradition. It's actually, you get there earlier than a typical check-in time.
Right.
So, like, was it 4 normally at a Disney hotel?
3 or 4.
3 or 4, something like that. So you technically start your adventure earlier. You look right here, you got the launch pod to the Star Cruiser. So think about this. You're pulling up to the Star Cruiser. It's like a base. They're going to create a story where it feels like you're going up in a shuttle to the actual Star Cruiser. Obviously, you're not going anywhere.
With all of your normal luggage.
With your well, I wonder, that's what I'm wondering about.
So I'm just picturing, like, okay, here comes Jim coming with his fanny pack and his Mickey ears.
Here, I think what they're going to probably do is take your luggage for you.
Okay.
You know, transport it in your pod below like you would a plane, but we're flying in space.
Okay.
And then they're going to kind of keep you occupied because it says the launch pad happens from 1:15 to 1:30.
And then you get ship orientation. That is what stresses me out.
That's probably what's going to happen, and they'll get your stuff there to your room.
This feels like, you know, when you go on a cruise, like that one cruise we went on before the pandemic, and like the whole first hour is like, here's your exits, here's what to do if we sink, here's what to do, you know, if there's a fire, and you have to go into your muster rooms and stuff.
Muster. That's the grossest word ever, muster rooms.
But that's what this feels like. Ship orientation.
I mean, that's probably what they want it to feel like you're on a cruise.
And look what one of the words is.
What does it say?
Muster.
Muster.
From 4 to 4:30, we muster. I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm sure muster
So like you
means,
nap?
So they're going to make this really feel like you're on a cruise in space. Here's what happens in an emergency. Because here's the thing. This is all a story. I'm sure they're going to create emergencies for you.
Duh. Like stormtrooper attacks?
Exactly. There's probably going to be boarded at some point.
Huh?
You're probably going to be boarded.
Oh.
Like, meaning like a
dog.
A Star Destroyer is going to pull up and say, "We're now open your, blast doors. We're about to board you and inspect everybody." That's probably what's going to happen.
See, this seems intense.
Listen,
okay, keep going.
But I also, that opening part is probably one of the things that has me the most excited, because think about this: you leave your car, you leave that lobby check-in area where they're like, "All right, get in your pod, you're going up," and you just I can imagine the door opening up, and you're just in this like,
what's the Star Wars music?
dun. Dun 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 dun, that
yeah.
kind of stuff, like, and you just see like all these aliens in there and stuff like that doing all this stuff with the little remote controls. That man was playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice. Didn't get the reference.
No.
That's an Avengers reference. I thought that would be funny, but apparently wasn't. Womp womp. All right, let's look. Captain's reception, dinner with live music in the it's probably like cantina style, like. Dun, 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 dun,
and then you have an outer rim or regalia.
Regalia from
Woo. Unexpected story moment.
So there's 2 of these, actually 3 of these things. There's 2 on the second day that you can see, and this is, I think, where the variability comes in and you kind of choose your own adventure. I think they do this, the way I'm reading it, it says, prove your mettle to join an elite smuggling ring.
Yes.
Or hide a stowaway to help the resistance.
No.
If you notice, and we'll just skip ahead a little bit to the other ones, there's another broker a deal with a heist,
yes!
arrange steal a ship from the First Order. You notice they're all related.
They're all evil!
Wow, that was revealing a lot about you, but that's not what I'm noticing there. There's 2 options. What are their 2 things up in Galaxy's Edge? 2 rides. Smuggler's Run and Rise of the Resistance. I bet you choose which one you're going to do at that particular time. And they build the story towards that moment and going on that experience for you, which tells me you're going to get transported privately to the attraction in a way that you don't even see the outside, like the park guests and stuff like that. Personally,
that is freaking cool.
But I don't know that for a fact.
But also, there's a tournament. A sabacc tournament.
A sabacc. You remember what sabacc is?
Nope, but I love tournaments.
You remember my brother remember we had to make a special trip when we were there to go back to Galaxy's Edge so you could buy the sabacc cards there. It's a card game that they play in Star Wars land, Star Wars places.
So like when you go into that Smuggler's Run thing, And there's that table with the black and the white checks.
Yes, that would be a sabacc table. Yes, that and actually that's a different game, I think. But either way, sabacc is a game that's played in the galaxy of Star Wars, and they have like a store there in the Black Spire Outpost, the little shops area that you can walk through. You're all choked up about it, aren't you?
I'm just getting really nervous.
Here's another cool thing: you get to go to lunch at Docking Bay 7.
Yes, we
But
know
here,
that.
but if you look right here, you get to ride Smuggler's Run right then. So maybe these little red things aren't really like. I guess they may try to relate them to the stories or to the rides that you're about to do.
I don't know, but you also get to have a droid racing competition.
I'm all about that right there. That would be so much
No,
fun.
wait, we skipped the best one. No, this is what I'm all about, lightsaber training. Oh, freaking, give me the Darth Maul thing where it's like,
Wait, what?
You know Darth Maul that's got the two pews.
Okay, but they don't do choo choo. They go zoom.
I can't make that noise.
Oh my goodness, she's ruining it right now. She sounds like stormtroopers. That is really cool. And you remember when they released, I think, a statement about the Galactic Star Cruiser? They showed Rey coming out into this like shot, and then she turns around, pulls a lightsaber up, and it ignited. They've developed a version of a lightsaber that looks the most real that it ever has been. So that, I don't know if that's what you get to do.
I don't know.
But that'd be really cool there.
Also, Taste Around the Galaxy dinner. You know what? To be fair, okay, let's stop.
Okay.
That's what I'm most scared about is the food. Because we've only been to, what is it, that place one time where you got the Ronto wrap?
Oh, this
Docking Bay 7. The Ronto wrap
Ronto's
was...
Roasters, that's where it was.
Okay. The Ronto wrap was really good. But I feel like there are other options that I'm going to be like, not so sure.
But remember, they understand that they're going to be bringing a very eclectic
That's true. And people
audience.
have lots of dietary restrictions.
So they're going to give you options. Now, they're going to make it look cool and Star Wars-y.
That's true.
But it's going to be like, a chicken that's been like colored differently or something like that. It's fine. I'm a picky eater and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you are.
But here's something super vague that I see on here, and that will round out our discussion. Spectacular finale. The most vague thing that you could put on there. Boom. So I don't know if that's the Star Wars Spectacular thing that they do, and you get a special viewing place of that. I don't know. But spectacular finale. And then the last day you get breakfast, and then you get launched out of there. So they have like a 3-hour window that they can change people over on.
That's true. But you also didn't talk about the costumes.
Costumes.
Scroll down. You were right beside it. Just keep going. Scroll.
Going.
There you go.
Oh,
bro.
goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
Scroll.
Costumes.
The other way, baby.
It's anyway. Just
Right there. Costumes.
Settle down.
Throughout your adventure, you are encouraged to don your galactic best. You will become a unique character in the Star Wars Galaxy, and we invite you to dress the part.
Are you excited about that?
Duh.
Apparently, she's more excited about the costumes than she is the food. Either way, there's a lot to like in this. And remember, this is just a sample itinerary.
A what?
So, itinerary?
Yeah.
Is that how I say it?
Yeah, you said it weird.
Okay. Sample itinerary.
Okay.
That you can think about if you're considering to spend that money. Again, we're not talking about price right now.
Because we don't know the price.
Ooh, yeah, but I think there was a ballpark put out. I think it was in the ballpark of like 1,000 for 2 nights or something like that. But
okay, but that's
I don't know.
still cheaper than like Polynesian. If you get the cabin,
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
What's that?
The bungalow, the dream thing for me.
Bungalow. That's the word.
So, final verdict based off that itinerary. Forget money. Is it worth trying?
Yeah.
I think so as well.
One-time thing. Like, just, I mean, we're all dweebs. I feel like your cousin Michael would be like, heck yes, let's do this.
You offended so many people right there.
I meant me and you are dweebs. I'm not talking about anybody else.
And my cousin Michael.
Oh, yeah, Michael knows that. Okay, Kyle. So we've been doing my series of what's not worth the wait.
No, correction. Your series started out as what's not worth the wait, or let's make Kyle upset.
Well, that's true. That's what I should have titled the series. Let's tick off Kyle in 30 seconds or less.
And
tell him Space Mountain sucks.
And...
See? Told you. 30 seconds or less.
I threw up a little bit.
You know how like when you go through a drive-thru and they're like, we'll have your food ready in 30 seconds or less?
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be the person that's like, this is why I don't do drive-thrus. It's been 32 seconds.
I don't do drive-thrus. Exactly the point.
Okay, so we started off with rides that I did not think were worth an hour wait. Went through all the parks.
Mhm.
So now we're on rides that I do think are worth an hour wait. And we're going to do Animal Kingdom today.
Animal Kingdom.
Now, I feel like there's two obvious answers.
Oh, you talking about
Extremely
Kali
obvious
River
answers.
Rapids?
Bruh, no. I'm not.
Are you talking about the train ride?
Yes! That was my number one. Actually, I was talking about the Jungle Trek.
The Jungle Trek is your number one. Why is that a number one?
It's not. It was a
I
joke.
was just making. I was about to say, when did you change and become like me, loving zoos and things like
I know I love zoos, but I'm not nature-y.
that? Okay.
I'm not outdoorsy.
All right, so what's your first?
Duh. Guess. Seriously, guess.
It's Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage, of course. Flight of Passage is my number 2 favorite ride of all time. Only behind Tower of Terror, because nothing can ever top Tower of Terror. Terror. Flight of Passage is so worth the wait. I think we got in line one time, and when it said it was a 3-hour wait, but we ended up only waiting like 2.5 hours.
Did we wait that long?
Yeah, we did. But it was worth it. It was worth every single second of that wait. The whole, I mean, you are the most immersed in an experience. Almost as immersed as you'll be on that galactic tour of the hotel thing. But
Let's just dumb down the description of the Galactic Star Cruiser.
I don't know how to explain it. But I mean, how much more immersive can it be? You're riding the Banshee and it's breathing on you, and you're smelling the smells, and you're breathing in the things.
Breathing in the things. I love watching you describe things, because it's like she's doing a good job, and then all of a sudden her brain crashes. I'm just gonna say all the things. Breathing. Blah. It's out there.
Breathing is so cool!
So I mean, you have to include that one in your list.
Do you not think it's worth an hour wait?
No, it's worth 3-hour wait.
Okay.
Personally. Like, now let me just say this. If I've got other things to do in Disney, I would not go back for a second day to Animal Kingdom and wait 3 hours a second time. But
for the first time.
But for the first time, even if it's like, I waited one time, I think, like, you went home to the resort.
Yep, you waited a long time that
it got
night.
shut down for a little bit. I was like, well, I'm in this now. And so I remember sitting in that dark room where everything was like fluorescent and stuff like that. We didn't move for probably an hour. And I just sat on the floor by myself. My phone was dead. It was boring. It was awful.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard.
I just was like analyzing every angle of the Imagineering in there, and I've probably seen every bit of it now. Anyway, it is worth it. I agree with you.
Sad story. Okay, number 2. Obviously no surprise. The Safari. Kilimanjaro Safaris. You can't miss that. That is a must-do at Animal Kingdom. Probably, to me, if you're with a family, that's probably more must-do than Flight of Passage. Just because of the whole, you get to see all the animals, and it's really immersive. I hate to keep using that word.
Well, it's what Disney does.
But it is. It is what it is. And it's really fun. It's an exciting thing, but it's also, it's different every time, because the animals might be doing something different every time. It's kind of like you said, going to the zoo, where the animals are interacting differently each time.
Can I make a hot take here, bold statement?
Mm-hmm.
I think you will probably agree with me once you hear my reasoning. I would argue that, well, we get into the discussion of, like, when we start about what time we're operating off an hour wait.
1 hour,
but
60 minutes.
I just said that I would do 3 hours wait, hands down, for Flight of Passage. But I think, in terms of just generally speaking, the general population, you get more worth your waiting time out of the Safari usually than you do Flight of Passage.
Yeah, 10,000%.
Because of what you just said.
Yeah.
Of the variability of it, especially if they start doing the night one again and stuff like that.
That was so cool.
Now, granted, there's probably going to be less to see at night, but there's something cool about coming through on that little jalopy tram thing that you're going on.
Yeah.
And seeing the savannah at night, and they do that little faux sunset in the background.
Yep, I forgot all about that.
And then, seeing they have lights on certain waterfalls and things like that. So, yes, you might see less, but they change it up. Now, Flight of Passage, there's so much going on. Every time we go on it, I see something new.
Me too.
But it is still the same thing, and your eyes are probably fixed towards the same thing every time, even if you try to be conscious and think about it. Here in Animal Kingdom, literally, your driver can be like, look over here, look over there.
Yeah.
Or look behind you.
An animal can cross your path like it did with us one time and just stop on the path, and you're stuck for 30 minutes.
Or the ostriches can come and terrify you, like for Jessica, who hates birds.
That's an everyday occurrence.
So I 100% agree that is worth the wait.
Okay, my last one's probably going to surprise you, actually. And
thinking right now.
It surprised me because it is the worst place to have to wait for 60 minutes. But the attraction is so worth it. And
Oh, I know what it is. Go ahead.
What is it? No, say it.
It's Festival of the Lion King.
Yes.
Oh,
Festival of the Lion King.
Yes.
The area that you have to wait in is absolutely atrocious. It is hot. It is terrible. There is no shade unless you're under that one little
it's those
section
weird
of cover.
awning things where they let light
Yes.
through and stuff like that, so you get a little bit.
There are ceiling fans, but they really don't work. So it's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
All right, Charles Barkley.
But the Festival of the Lion King it's honestly worth a couple of hours wait. I wouldn't do it because you can plan your day to where you don't have to wait like that. But the show itself is so phenomenally done. The music, the theatrics, the lighting, I mean, the costumes, literally everything about this show is pure Disney perfection. And it is one of those that you cannot miss. And if you've never seen it before, A, what are you doing? But B, like, truly, you cannot miss this show. It is worth it every single time.
I would wait 2 hours for it, but in our scenario of worth an hour wait,
yes.
100% it is. We know the show front and back, exactly what's going to happen, but it's just...
That, you just get chills.
Inspiring.
That last song, you know, where the bird is going around the top.
Are you talking about... That's not the last song where you can feel the... Oh, you're talking about the finale.
The finale.
I get chills.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Now that's a little extreme.
No,
that's a little too sappy.
When he sends her,
her away, and she's like, "Fine."
Sorry.
No, I'm talking about the finale, and they've got those little birds swinging around, and then Simba's like, "Yeah, yeah!"
She's getting a little excited.
And the monkeys are jumping, and there's so much going on. It is just so exciting, and it is just always worth seeing it.
Is there nothing else that you think in Animal Kingdom that is worth the hour wait?
Well, I've probably forgotten things.
Okay,
and you're going to help me.
I think Dinosaur can have an argument because it's very thrilling.
No.
It is. It is a very thrilling ride. No. That
you know what was thrilling?
Pushes
that last time when we saw that lady get carried off in the ambulance. That was thrilling.
Where was I? I don't remember.
I don't know. It wasn't thrilling for her. She was okay, but there was an ambulance there.
Hold on, you're just blowing past this. When did this happen?
The last time we were in Disney with your cousins. No, with my family. The lady got carried off in the ambulance. You know, like right when you come down the stairs and you're like literally about to load into the cars?
In Dinosaur?
Yes! Shows you how much Kyle pays attention. He is literally always filming for y'all, so he misses everything.
I literally have no recollection of this.
Well, anyway. But no, 45 minutes for me on Dinosaur's pushing it.
I agree. That's why I'm saying you can be in the conversation.
Mm.
I just don't know that it passes. You wouldn't wait an hour for Birds, Flights of Wonder, or A Great Bird Adventure Now, as it's called. I wouldn't either.
No.
I love it, but
30 minutes maybe.
30 minutes max for that.
Okay.
You don't really ever have to wait for the zoo part of it, the Asia and Africa sections, but like if it took you an hour to get through it, I mean, that's kind of what it is.
But you're actually walking and like seeing things, so that doesn't really count.
So you count that as part of a wait, though?
No.
Okay.
I would not wait an hour for Kali, just because I personally don't like...
It's too short for me.
Yeah, and I don't like getting soaking wet like that. You love it. You love water rides. I'm just not a big fan. So that's personal preference.
It's the fear of getting wet that I love. I don't know.
Of like the raft being turned and that whole water.
It's like who's gonna get it? Because it's that one person always.
It's always my mom.
And it's so much fun.
Always my mom.
I'll be honest, this was probably one of the easier ones of this type of conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Animal Kingdom's great, and it just has those
I know.
What did we just forget? What is wrong?
We literally had the same thought at the exact same time.
What is wrong with us? I'm so upset with myself.
So take out Festival of the Lion King and change it
No. Festival of the Lion King can stay in there too.
Okay, so Expedition Everest. That can be our honorable mention.
We don't deserve to do this show anymore. I can't. I just can't even do this.
But I love Festival of the Lion King.
I do, but Everest is everything.
It is so good.
Everest at night. Everest in the fog at night. My cousin Ryan, who's very skeptical and not skeptical, but very cynical. He got
Ryan's rating rubric.
He loved it in the day. We got off at night after it had been in the fog, and he just literally came out screaming, broke the rubric.
Ryan had this whole rubric about how he rated rides and everything that we loved. He'd be like, that's a 2 based on my rubric. And literally, Everest at night broke it for him.
You have just like butchered my cousins tonight.
Why?
You made fun of Michael, called him a dweeb, and now you're just
That's not making fun. I'm going to call Michael immediately after this and be like, Michael, is being a dweeb a bad thing? He'd be like, no, that's awesome.
Now we want to hear from you about the topics we talked about today. For me, with the Galactic Star Cruiser itinerary, what from that itinerary stuck out to you the most? What would you be more excited? Would it be the droid racing, lightsaber, battle, or the food? Food would be interesting. Me. What do you think about that?
And out of my topic, I want to know which of the 4 options that I gave would be your number 1 that you would wait an hour for.
So let us know down there in the comments section below what you think about that. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, like I said, please consider subscribing to our channel, turning on that notification bell, and liking this video if you enjoy its content.
And if you want more in this series for Disney Through Our Eyes, you can check out the link in the description for the playlist, also available in the video up above right now. Until we assemble again,
May the Force be with you.
and we'll see you real soon.
Bye, guys.